Good morning, everybody. I've got all sorts of things to update you on. So first of all, I gave myself a silly haircut again because for some reason I do not learn, and I just endlessly throughout the last 40 years keep on giving myself stupid haircuts, and every single time saying this time it's going to be really good, this time it's going to be really good. So this time it wasn't, surprisingly. It always comes as a surprise, but so I've had to clip it all back. So news number one, really boring actually, but I thought I'd share it with you anyway. Secondly, I was building up. The reason why I told you that bit first is because I'm building up to the big news, which is that my son is coming today. I haven't seen him since Christmas. Because of the lockdown, he was supposed to come, him and my daughter, who live in the UK, were supposed to come at Easter, but all of that obviously was thrown out the window, and so now we've just been waiting for everything to lift so that we can see them again. And so that's the big exciting news, is that he's coming today. His flight's coming in this evening. He had to fill out a QR form, which anybody who's coming into Tenerife has to, well, or the Canary Islands and Spain has to fill in. You have to fill it in 48 hours, within 48 hours of arriving, so that it's really up to date. It's to do with making sure that tracking, basically, making sure that they know where and who you are, to ensure no more outbreaks and everything like that. And then they take your temperature when you arrive, and etc, etc. So yes, he's having to go through those procedures. I'll let you know how that all goes, because I know that will be very helpful for people who are also wondering what's it going to be like when they actually come into Tenerife. So we have a guinea pig here for you to show you what's going to happen. So tomorrow I'll give you an update of how it all went and what the process actually was. So he's going to be here for a week, and then, as I mentioned earlier on, I'm actually going to be returning to the UK with my daughter. And people have said, why on earth are you doing that? It's actually just because my daughter is needing to get back to the UK. She's not settling here. But the main thing that you guys need to know is that I'm continuing with Open Horizon Lifestyle. At the moment, I am putting together a very, very exciting new project, which is this consultation business that I mentioned before on one of my other blogs. And what that's going to involve is that, this is the exciting bit, is that I'm partnering up, or I'm doing a collaboration with TFS Translations, which is a fabulous company run by two women on the island, and they have got this phenomenal setup where they can do everything that you need to do to come and live in Tenerife. All the paperwork, all the translations that you need, whether it would be getting your NIE, your residency. So I'm going to be doing a collaboration with her, so that once this consultation business is up and running, that side of things are going to be covered. The next part is going to be covering estate agents, the practical side of actually moving to Tenerife and renting a place or buying a place. Basically what I'm going to be doing is collaborating and partnering with different companies on Tenerife, making your move to Tenerife as smooth and as straightforward as possible. So an all-in package, basically, an all-in package, whether it be the containers to get all your stuff over here, whether it be working out how to get pets or things like that. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I've got this little pigeon, sorry just to interrupt, and it seems to really like my company, and oh my gosh, it's just come and sat down. I have to show you this because this is just unbelievably cute. Yes, so going back to the consultancy, this is the idea, is that if you're thinking of moving to Tenerife and all the things that you're going to need to think of and do to get here and to settle in. So if you are thinking of that kind of thing, please do subscribe to this channel. It's still in the early stages of building, but it won't be long before it will be up and running. So if you're thinking within the next few months or within the next year to come to Tenerife, this will be the place to go. So it's a really exciting project. So yeah, make sure that you do subscribe so that you don't miss out on that. That's what I was going to say. As for me, so I'll be in the UK, and obviously because the internet is so wonderfully flexible, I'm going to carry on doing these things from the UK because I have all the contacts here. So I can just continue, and the family that's here are going to be helping out with more of the entertainment side of stuff of Open Horizon when I'm doing the blogs, and my son is going to be here, my other son. I've got 5 children, by the way, in case people get confused when I talk about different children. They're sort of scattered here and there. So one of my sons is going to be here, and he's going to be helping out with doing all the actual video blogging so that you guys can still get to see Tenerife day to day, and it'll all be up to date. So when he's going out for walks or showing you new parts of the island or things like that, he's going to be doing it. If you would like to see my final week here in Tenerife, and I do plan eventually to return to Tenerife, this is sort of a temporary measure to resolve other issues, and eventually I'll return here and open some beautiful huge finca and live off the fat of the land into my old age. So for the next week, if you want to follow my final week's journey, do drop in every day, and I'm going to try and make the most of my last week. I want to go and see Anaga Park. I still haven't been there, so I'm going to be visiting as many places as we can all together as a family. There's still one of my children that isn't with us, and she also lives in the UK, but the other 4 children are going to be all here together, so we're going to try and do as much as we want. So that's what I'll be doing. One of the things that I also want to do is Mercadona sell these. Mercadona is the biggest kind of main supermarket here, Mercadona and Hyperdino. So they sell these really nice, big, massive, creamy cakes. Okay, and they're about this big. And it seems to be a really standard thing in Spain to sell gigantic cakes. I mean, they're not cakes by the same standard as what we call a cake in England. A cake in England is mostly sponge with other things, toppings on it. Whereas in Spain, a cake is mostly cream and filling with a little bit of sponge in it. I think it's a fabulous way of doing it. So before I go, there will be a video on indulging in cake. I think that's about everything, dear friends. Please leave your comments, leave your feedback. I know this is a long video this time, but who cares? I shall speak to you all soon. Bye bye.